Hi, Rabbi Oliver here. This is big Parsha questions for this week. It's Parshat Emor. If you want to have this discussion up close and personal, we learn together on Wednesday evening at 8:30 p.m. You are more than welcome to join either on Zoom or on Instagram Live. The big Parsha question from this week is who comes first, me or you? What's the primary spiritual responsibility? Is it me or you? I think this question is framed to some degree or another in this week's Parsha in relation to one verse which says, which describes ritual slaughter. It's talking about killing a baby ox, a sheep, or a goat, which in the ancient world was literally a live question. In modern Judaism, we don't sacrifice nor baby animals nor full-grown animals. We don't have animal sacrifice anymore. But it is nevertheless talking about a biblical command that for 7 days the baby animal should stay with its mother. Now, there's two ways that this verse is understood. In the context of the Sefer Chinuch, one rabbinic commentator, the understanding is that this is specifically a law which tries to tell us something about how we should understand the world. If we were ever to affect such cruelty on another animal, it would have such transformative effect on ourselves that it would somehow tarnish our capacity to be humane, to be kind in the world around us. Maimonides takes a slightly different version of the Rambam, takes a slightly different version on that and says simply the verse is trying to protect against a particular form of cruelty against God's creatures. So there's like two versions here. One is that my primary concern should be for my own learning journey and my own understanding of how my behavior and how I experience the world affects me, and therefore my capacity to interact with the world around me. My primary spiritual focus is me, how the world, my behavior and what I see affects me, and in turn how I then might exhibit my own personality and understanding of the world on the world. The Rambam perhaps is more absolute in his understanding of the Torah verse, which is that the primary precept here, which is being protected, is cruelty in general against all God's creatures. And my primary concern should be to upkeep a cruelty-free world and to ensure that the greatest possible degree of humanity can be placed out, can be affected on the world around us. Perhaps in this week's Parsha, those two positions are quite subtly different, but nevertheless different in themselves. Is my spiritual journey one of learning for myself in order that I can go out into the world and do good? Or is my spiritual journey one of affecting the world around me in all the ways that I possibly might be able? Come to our Parsha class Wednesdays 8:30. We can continue on in this discussion. Please share and like this post. Send it to anybody who might be interested to learn a little more. Have a good week, everybody. Shabbat Shalom.